What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Savage Land. Welcome to another episode of Pallet Picks. And today we'll be talking about the Marvel Knights Wave Blade, comic blade at that. I believe this wave is, how we say it, like fan channel only. But I found it in GameStop. But GameStop is funny like that. GameStop can come across exclusive things. I seen Supreme Cobra Commander back in the day. So it can be funny like that sometimes, as in Canada, with exclusives coming straight to GameStop. But I seen this in there the other day, and I seen Luke Cage. And out of the two, I wanted my man Blade here. What I feared most about this figure is the coat, but the coat surprised me in ways I didn't expect, and then it held me up in ways I didn't expect also, man. So let's make this short, quick and simple, man, and go through this for you people who are wondering about the Marvel Knights Wave Blade. First off, I think the aesthetic of the figure, marvelous. I love his head sculpt. I just hate that raw frost, you're nothing to me head sculpt 24/7, but there's a remedy for that. If you have the old blade, which was a hot commodity, you can switch heads on them. It fits, the ball peg's the same, skin complexion might be just a little bit different, but in lighting can be spot on. It's good enough for me. That old blade from way back in like 13 or 14 had two different head sculpts. It has kind of a bald head one, which I call the sticky fingers, which I could not find, but I like the other one that kind of looks like the more Wesley. He always got a jacked up haircut no matter what. So, but with the red glasses, fits right on to this figure, man. I think it looks good. But coat, black plastic coat, not articulated. But this coat gets out of the way anytime you want to make a move. The abdomen is set up to when it crunches down, the back kicks out and that coat flips out just enough every time for you to do anything you want. And that's the most part I thought would hold me up. It's quite sturdy, but it's not real hard. It's pliable, but the way that ab crunch always kicks it out in the back when you crouch down with him, when you get on a bike, anything you do, that coat miraculously gets out of the way. So that's really not a big problem with this figure, which I thought it would be. As far as at his waist area, it has that kind of like, when it turns, it looks like a disc, kind of flat waist, but it works really good, and the ab crunch is awesome. Like his abdominal area, even though he doesn't have like pretty much that Power Rangers Lightning Collection setup or the Spider-Man, retro Spider-Man setup, he moves almost kind of like that quite well. But if they do another one, man, please, you really need to give like almost 80% of the guys in Marvel Universe that abdomen setup, because everybody can basically get busy. I mean, there's a few guys that just don't really do anything, but for the most part, everybody kind of gets busy. As far as his legs, he's got the thigh cut, double jointed knees, pinless, and then he has the boot cut. He has a great ankle rocker, and the hinge goes back and forth. His legs and abdominal, I have no problem with that. I don't know what sculpt it's from, but he's kind of a thicker sculpt, kind of a militant, almost kind of sculpt. So I don't know what else. I don't know if it's brand new, they pulled it from another figure, but all of that moves well, man. I have no problem with his abdominal and his legs. The thing that holds this figure back is his arms. Now he has double jointed arms, but he's kind of buff, but that leather coat is ruffled up, so he can only bend them but so far. Pretty much what you see with him holding the two stakes, and that comes down to the two stakes. Far as his weapons, everything is loose in his hands. His hands suck. They're almost kind of like real small. The way they're crunched in almost kind of remind me of how the old Toy Biz Marvel Legends used to be with the articulated fingers though, but they would always be like crunched in real flat like a monkey's paw. And that's pretty much what he has going on. He can barely hold his sword. He can barely hold these like the little silver things. I don't even know the name of them, like little ninja like little knives, double-headed knives. But he does come with an extra set of fists, which is cool. I mean, of course, fists are always good. The only thing he can really do with his hands is pretty much hold those stakes and grip a motorcycle, a handlebar. And that's about the most efficient thing I've seen him do. As far as his arms, they don't go up much either. The arms are the weakest part of this figure, and then the fact they didn't put in an extra head sculpt. Also, his ninja sword, like I said, he can barely hold that, but it is cool that they hooked it to the coat, so it isn't a peg in the back, it's just a permanently molded in sheath to the coat. You can slide that sword in, and the sword is pretty decent. I've seen better, but it's decent. Looks better than Deadpool swords. I always hate Deadpool swords, they suck. But as far as this figure taking off the coat is not attached to him. I want to let some time go by. Maybe I'll get another one of these guys. I'm going to heat that thing up, and I'm going to take that coat off, because I think you can make that look work for him, because he has on that tactical vest, and up under can really just look like a rolled up kind of rugged shirt. So even though it's a leather coat, he's got it rolled up like a shirt. So if you take that off and get under that vest, I'm interested to see what that looks like up under there, man. But overall, like I said, I think it's a pretty good figure. I love the way it looks. The shortcomings is its arms. That is the biggest shortcoming about this figure. The other part of the coat, which I thought would be the shortcoming, I thought was going to be dealing like a Gambit situation or just some hard plastic coat where you couldn't move, but it wasn't that. That coat gets out of the way every time. Everything he do, if he wants to kick, he wants to squat, he wants to jump on a bike, it pretty much gets out of the way. Now, as far as the head sculpts, like I said, the old blades, heads, same ball peg, snap right on there. Looks good to me. I'll probably rock that head sculpt sometimes, because it's nice and solemn. It's not really making no crazy facial expressions. And then as far as the Build-A-Figure part, I believe called the mindless ones, I actually want that Build-A-Figure, but I don't want this wave. Who else would want? I'll take a swing at Luke Cage, maybe later on down the road. But being that Blade was there, I was really interested in Blade. I've been wanting an updated Blade. I brought that old Blade aftermarket, maybe a couple years after it came out, and it was still about $40, $50 then. I don't know where it's at now, but cool Blade. I spent 23 bucks at him on GameStop, and I don't feel like I got beat out of my money. I wish there was some things that were better though, because he looks damn good. He really does, man. He really does. Like I said, his arms hold him back, but he still manages to get busy and get into poses that you need Blade to do. I just wish he could hold his weapons a little bit better, and I wish the arms had just a little bit more range on them. They're very limited, man. But that's there you have it. Marvel Knight's Blade. I think it's a good figure. Like I said, if it wasn't worth getting, I'll tell you not to get it. And if you want to wait, you can wait, because to be honest with you, Blade, that movie and franchise should be coming out. So there should be more movie Blades, comic book Blades, and possibly they're either gonna go one or two ways. They're gonna give you some more iteration of this, you know what I'm saying, without fixing anything, or they're gonna do some little bit more things to this figure and try to beef it up, or to this type of Blade. But there you have it. This is the Savage Land. If you can, give me a like, comment, subscribe. We do this on this channel for the love and beauty of action figures. And if you want, you can hit me up on my Instagram at Geppetto910. And with that being said, until the next time, God bless.